Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Really late on this, my apologies. I always want to do a review on the newest Dragon Ball Super chapters in the manga that's ongoing right now. It's every month. So I'm a little bit late, a couple days late, maybe more a couple days late, but I have some stuff going on. But let's get right into it. I'm just going to be going over the chapter 60, Beerus' miscalculation in the Dragon Ball Super manga. I'm going to go over it by panel, and I'll give a little review at the end of what I thought of it. I'll probably have some thoughts during the panels that we go over. So let's get right into it. So the title is Beerus' miscalculation. So right away, it's not good news for Goku. We know this can't be good news for Goku. If Beerus, the angel that he was trained by Goku, miscalculated something. So the first panel, it shows Ultra Instinct Goku in sign form, not mastered, against Moro, and they're squaring off right now. Then goes to Whis and Beerus, and Beerus is like, what's going on with Goku, and Whis seems like he's changed his strategy, and they're going full power. So right away, Goku, he's an intelligent fighter. He knows something's wrong. He knows he can't keep up here. So next panel, they're just powering up. These guys are just going balls to the wall, old school DBZ, powering up at full power. And the next few panels, it's artwork that just depicts them showing them powering up and continuing to power up. And the Z fighters are looking on, and Gohan kind of comments how big their auras are, and they're clashing auras. And now we've seen bigger auras before, but you have to kind of like remember that these guys are such on an advanced level. They're not gonna power up so their auras destroy everything. That's stupid. That's senseless. So they're controlling their auras to a certain point where they can still power up all the way. That's my logic anyway, if people have an issue with that. So next panels here, they looks like they're about ready to fight. They get closer to each other. Moro goes in, but Goku kind of like yells some sort of power up, throws Moro back. Gohan makes a comment that pushed him back. Moro gets this big, huge energy beam as Goku's flying to him. Goku easily deflects that, hits it out of his hand, kind of gives him a good old elbow to the gut, and sends Moro flying. And he's just chasing him. Ultra Instinct Goku in sign form is winning so far. Is taking the aggressive approach here, and he stomps on Moro's stomach. But Moro kind of resuscitates himself or reassesses himself, grabs Goku's leg, and kind of throws him to the side and throws him to the ground in the next panel. So Goku takes a pretty big hit to the ground there, and Moro is about to throw him again, Broly style, into the ground again. Goku regains his composure and does a little handstand right before he hits the ground, and throws Moro with his leg that he still has at hold of him, and kind of like throws him across like 50 feet or something like that. So, but Moro kind of regained his composure, but he looks up, and all of a sudden these ki blasts are coming right at him. So he's surprised, and he's blocking all these ki blasts, and Goku's just continuing to throw them. It looks like Moro does like a Cell thing. Well, if you guys remember when Vegeta was just chucking ki blasts at Cell, but he kind of goes right through him and comes up. Moro comes up and surprises Goku, tries to land a shot right around his waist area, but Goku luckily blocks it. So they're going back and forth, exchanging blows here in these panels. Now they're getting into a kind of like a power struggle where they're both of their hands grasp, and just having a big power struggle right there, smiling at each other. Now it goes back to Beerus' planet. Beerus is like, no, Goku, you can't keep this up at full power. And then Whis makes a analyzation. Well, if he kept up with the stamina conservation, he probably wouldn't have made much headway against Moro. So that makes sense. So it goes back to Earth. Goku's landing punches on Moro. He's kind of throwing him around, beating him up. So and then Moro gets thrown into the earth. There's dust. But Moro says, perhaps I approached you too cautiously. He said, if this is the extent of your power, then he's not going to beat him. And Goku comments, what is your body even made of? And I want to go back to that. What is your body even made of? So, but later on, when in the future panels here, so we go back to Beerus's planet, and we ask Beerus if does Moro's strength exceed your expectations? And then of course Beerus is like, yeah, pretty much. He expected that Goku sensed it well. That's why he gambled the full power. So they go on to say Saiyans are known to exhibit untold power when their backs against the wall, especially Goku, Beerus says. But then Whis says Whis looks like up in another direction, and he says, and Vegeta. So he senses Vegeta might have learned something. And then it goes to planet Yadrat, and it shows Vegeta, and it looks like he's finally perfected this special technique. And there's a group of Yadrats kind of on the ground. They look like they just got messed up pretty well, with Vegeta just kind of doing some sort of technique that did that. I don't know if it zapped all the energy or the spirit out of him. I don't know. So I think his teacher's named Paraba. Paraba goes, well done indeed, Vegeta. In so little time, Vegeta's happy about it. Vegeta makes a comment that the Earth is still in one piece. He wants Pybera, I think that's his name, the master. He wants Pybera to instant transmission him to Earth. And then Pybera is like, I can't go to Earth. The Yadrashians are forbidden from using instant teleportation off their own planet. Furthermore, he can't teleport unless there was someone he met before. But Vegeta's like, well, you met Kakarot before. And he's like, that's true, but I can't sense his ki. So that means Goku's in God form. Only gods can sense ki. And Vegeta comments that. So the Galactic Patrol is like, what now, Vegeta? It'll take him 10 days to reach the Earth. And Vegeta's like, teach me the instant teleportation move. And then he's like, I'll master it faster than anybody before me. So then it goes back to Earth. Got Ultra Instinct Goku and Moro fighting still. Goku throws a swing but misses Moro. And it looks like Moro is surprised that he missed. And Moro kind of like high knees his gut and punishes him for it. And he's smiling now. Moro's smiling. He's like, oh, what happened to your trademark speed? And Gohan's like, Dad's attacks aren't landing anymore. And it looks like Goku is fading at this point. Goku's fading. Moro is taking over the fight now. So Moro continues to land punches and kicks on Goku. Goku is realizing this, and he's like, crap, I'm in trouble right now. And Moros makes a comment, naturally you've reached your limit. That said, consider me shocked that you amassed such power. Goku's like, it's not over, and he powers up. It looks like he gets a little muscle increase with this power up. He's pumping up his muscles a little bit, and I guess he's just going balls to the walls now. This is it. This is like, it's just sheer power. And he lands the elbow on Beerus in his face. It goes back to Beerus's planet. Beerus is like, this won't work. Relying on sheer power alone doesn't maximize the Ultra Instinct strength. So Beerus knows that. Probably Goku knows it too, but he's betting on this, trying to get a KO here. So Goku elbows Moros' face. Goku, he's like, yeah, I got him. But Moros went Nappa or King Piccolo and shoots out, or Raccoon even, and shoots out a ki blast through his mouth. huge ki blast, and Goku's like, oh man, you know, he gets hit with it, and that hurts him. Goes back to Beerus's planet. Whis is, it doesn't look like we're gonna see any miracles today, and he's like, and Beerus is like, it wasn't meant to go like this. And then we go, and then it shows a picture of Beerus here. So when Beerus, this is now, like I said before, I love Beerus. He's my favorite character in the show. I want to take a little time to analyze Beerus's actions right here, because Beerus is a very mysterious character. He's always been a guy like, he exhibits himself that he doesn't care. He doesn't care about what happens. I mean, he's Lord of Destruction. You know, he's not supposed to care what happens. But in the past, he has kind of inadvertently, indirectly cared about the situation. And in this panel, if you go to, you know, hopefully you're following along in the Viz, you can go to viz.com and follow along here. It shows Beerus kind of like when Beerus, the angel, little angel dude, he's like, it wasn't meant to go like this. And Beerus is kind of like holding his head like that. And Beerus, you can see Beerus looking back. And do we know if it's a concerned look on his face or not? We don't know. Beerus is so well of hiding his kind of like true emotions. So it's very hard to say. But he does look back. And it does to me look like he's a little bit annoyed / concerned about whatever situation is going on, because he has been listening. He's only a couple feet away. He has been listening about what's going on. So Beerus speaks up. He said, hey Whis, I said I'm starving. So, but he's not, it seems like Beerus isn't like of course he's probably hungry, right? But maybe he wants to talk about something else. Maybe this does bother him. I don't know, but he's just kind of like hunched over fishing, you know, and kind of like I don't know, like kind of like a depressed state. I don't know. It's not like he's really enthusiastic about fishing right now. So, and the next little picture shows Beerus, and this is a different look. He's just so somber. He's just so like, I don't know, like I said, depressed. I don't know. He's just very, very, very neutral but kind of sad about things. I don't know. Maybe I'm over analyzing about it, but it's very interesting. I love Beerus. He's a very interesting character. What's he really thinking? He says, I want to chow down on something tasty, you know? And I don't know if he's thinking about the situation going on Earth or what. And Whis is like, very well. Now, Whis is very neutral. He's completely neutral. So Whis puts away his little orb thing to look down. Beerus is like, you know, like, why'd you do that? And then Whis is like, can I help you? And like Beerus says, at this rate, the Earth and so many other planets, they'll vanish. They'll get destroyed. And of course, this is a very important dialogue to understand what the angel's stance is in the world. So Whis states, Beerus, the birth and death of planets is simply a part of the great and long cycle of the universe. Excessive meddling on the angel's part would affect the natural flow of these matters, which is not necessarily a good thing. And Beerus says, I understand that much, but, and then Whis is like, what's more, only the likes of Lord Beerus and the Lord of Lords can decide such things. It is not us angels to intervene. So Lord Beerus can probably intervene, but it is not natural for Lord of Destruction to save things. So maybe he's contemplating that, you know, he's a destroyer. He's not a savior, you know, but Beerus has done things in the past, like commanded Whis to, you know, turn back time to save Earth before. So we might see Beerus intervene in some shape, way, or form in this fight. We don't know, though. But it's very interesting. I love Beerus. I like to see him get involved. But I like to see a Vegeta win, too. So I can't have both. So, and Whis says, never forget that. And Beerus is like, yep, you're right. So let's go get through the panels a little bit more quicker. I spent a lot of time on that. So we go back into the the Moro and Goku fight, and Goku's getting thrown around, he's getting tossed around. This panel is really cool looking panel. He is getting stomped on in the gut and kind of just stomped right into Earth right there, and Goku feels that one, And after that one, he loses the Ultra Instinct Aura, as Gohan commented. So Moro is like, that's quite enough for now. Time to consume your energy. And he starts consuming his energy a little bit. But then Moro senses something behind him coming. And it's the androids. Android 17, 18. Taking a shot at Moro. And Moro dodges it. Flips over and dodges it. And the androids are getting into the fight. 18 comments on looking on some life energy monster. How about a taste of ours? 17's like, spoiler alert, we don't have any. Moro compliments on how this planet's possessed such advanced technology for artificial life forms. Then it goes back to Vegeta and planet Yadrat. And Vegeta is trying to figure out instant teleportation. He activates it, but he goes into a garbage can. So he's like, damn it, it failed. So it was not pretty. And then the address saying you got to target, you got to lock into the target spirit. He's like, he only wants it to work once. And then all of a sudden, Goku's spirit, they sense Goku's spirit energy. And Pybera is offered to, like, he'll do this as an emergency to take him back to Vegeta, for Vegeta to be taken back to Earth by him. And he's like, Vegeta's like, not so fast. He wants to learn it. And he feels like he's got it this time. So in a rare comment, Vegeta makes, I appreciate everything, Hatsuka, Pybera. I don't know if Hatsuka means master or what, unless that's his full name. And they say, good luck, Vegeta. Pybera transform his clothes back to his normal clothes. And he's like, may you fight with confidence. And Vegeta's like, yeah. And then he struggles for a little bit. And one of the Galactic Patrol dudes, just let Master Pybera do the honors. But Vegeta then disappears. And then Pybera's like, he's got it. He did it. He actually did it. He's on Earth now. So he comments on that Vegeta is a prodigy. But he's born of hard work. So that's cool. We all know Vegeta busts his ass all the time to get where he is. And that's really cool. Goes back to the androids against Moro. The androids get the double kick in Moro's gut. But Moro kind of absorbs that impact and then puffs his chest out to knock back the androids. So that's just the alpha move right there. It's a power move. And that was pretty sick. Androids never backing down, of course. Now they're powering up their energy, and with both of they have like this key or whatever it's called, their energy here, and they're both attacking with their hands, and they kind of form an X across Moros' chest, and it actually it looks like it burned him pretty, singed him a little bit. But of course, Moro doesn't really react to it. But he does mention that such power, it's almost a shame I can't steal it. So here's the comment I wanted to backtrack on. Android 18 makes another comment about Morris's body. She says, what the heck? It's like we're fighting a lump of steel. And 17 says, our heaviest attacks barely make him flinch. So obviously, that's two comments about Morris's body. I don't know if it's just, coincidence, or if there's actually something different about Morris's body, that it's made of something different or whatever. So just keep that in mind. So Gohan's like, Piccolo, should we join him? Piccolo's like, no, he'll just steal energy because it's easy for him to steal their energy. Moros can't steal Android 18 or 17's energy at all because they're artificial humans, so or cyborgs or whatever. Goes back to Goku. He's like, ugh, darn, I didn't think it'd turn out like this. And all of a sudden, pew, Vegeta appears right in front of Goku. Goku's like, Vegeta, and Vegeta's like, hello, Kakarot, and everybody's like, it's Vegeta, it's Vegeta. Vegeta comments on Kakarot, don't you look pathetic? What did Ultra Instinct prove to be? Useless? And Goku's like, ... And he's like, Goku's comments on, did you just use instant teleportation? Vegeta says, worry not, I had no intention of pilfering your signature move. I likely wouldn't be able to pull it off again and won't be learning it after this. So Vegeta has no interest in copying exactly what Goku does. So, and he says, besides, I've learned a far superior technique of my own. Vegeta calls the androids and says it's his turn. Vegeta's like, that one is mine. And Moro's, Vegeta, you finally arrived. Now, I like this comment here by Vegeta. I see that our time apart hasn't done a thing to fix that joke you call a face, Moro. Do you enjoy tormenting the weak? So, it's classic Vegeta. I love this. I love classic Vegeta. You know, it's all business. It's all cockiness. He knows he's got something here. So, Moros is like, you're no match for me. He's feeding off of planets, and he's looking for somebody as powerful as he is because everything's boring, you know, typical kind of like scenario there. And he's like, oh, there's no cause for concern there. Vegeta powers up to Super Saiyan Blue. I guess it's his evolution form from the turn of a power. And then Vegeta, classic thumbs to the face. He explains that he wants someone stronger than you. Well, you found him. And then Gohan compliments, that's a Super Saiyan Blue form. He is the Torment of Power, so what's changed? Piccolo says not sure. And then Vegeta just starts charging at Moro here. And then that's the end. That is the end of the chapter. So it was a very action-packed chapter. My review of it after I went down each panel, very action-packed channel. I would say a little bit more action than dialogue, but we still got some useful tidbits for the dialogue. Vegeta's now learned his special technique. He actually did instant teleportation. He does not have a desire to do it again, so we probably won't see it anytime soon by Vegeta. No instant transmission, final flash, or whatever. Maybe down the road, who knows? But he has done it, so he can do it again. So that was cool. Well, we're interested in this special technique. It has to do with something about kind of using this technique to sap all the energy or dissipate or incapacitate energy in someone, which would be pretty OP. I don't know. We'll be able to find out. Maybe it takes time. I don't know. So an interesting chapter. Like I said, those tidbits about Beerus, Lord Beerus, interesting. Will we see him in this fight? I don't know, but it does, his expressions and emotions, I don't know. Maybe I'm overanalyzing, but it's very interesting. And I can't wait for the next chapter as always. So I'm going to end it here. I'm sorry about the couple day wait, but I had some things going on. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. And please comment on my sound quality. I got a mic stand recently, and I'm trying to fool around with my voice quality. So thank you for listening in, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Adios.